You are aware, you are a household name. People already know you. People like them, they are still struggling. Okay. The only way I can be of help to you is that you lie low, hoping that memories will fade. Because if memories don't fade, I will recommend strongly to PDP to make Pastor their gubernatorial candidate. If they do, we can put any character, we will win. Because you'll be testing a well-known non-performer to somebody that I don't people can at least give benefit of the doubt. So those are the hard. No. These have been well canvassed. Because the man said, you know, I made him a governor. How can you make me? I was already a household name before coming to Edo State. And don't forget, Kayode, you know, what politics does, which is nice, is that it's a leveler. If politics was not a leveler, at a point in my history, without using state instruments, based on trust and power of persuasion. Yes?
To say that the man has been a non-performer. He must have done something while in office, whether as SSG or as chief of staff. He must have done something.
It's up to people to see. Like I tell them, in our budget, in our books, I'm here now. I look at the records. I see that roads were built. I go to look at those roads. They are not in existence. I see that books, money was spent on education. I go around, I can't find those schools.
Are you making accusation of money missing or not being used?
I'm not. My promise to myself when I assume office is that I will look forward. I have not come for an inquest. What did they do yesterday? In my campaign promise, I said, this is what I'm going to do. One of them was not that I was going to be detained by the past. The only reason I'm making this statement is that when somebody stand up, sit on television and say, you know, I made him a governor, how can you say that? How can you say that? Who know you? By 2007, Pastor Iyamu on election day was restricted by EFCC. He couldn't come out for fear of arrest.
Because he's not here.
He's not here, but it's a fact.
Because he's not here, we cannot dwell on that.
Because he had dwelled on this on television.
Well, not on Sunrise.
How could you be a native doctor who can heal people, but you can't heal yourself? Okay. And if you read a statement by Lucky Benedio, and this is very important, so you know I'm not just talking out of this thing. Lucky Benedio, in an interview that was published in about 4 newspapers, there was a particular paragraph that I think is very indicative. He said, I believe, that is Lucky speaking, Lucky says he believed in the rotational policy of PDP. And based on that rotational policy, according to Lucky Benedio, he felt that after his tenure, power should shift to Edo Central, where Chief Aneni come from. While he was in agreement with Aneni that the power should shift to Edo Central, unknown to him, one of his supportees, who had political ambition to succeed him, was working against that zoning. And that's what created problem that has led to a fight between him, Lucky, and Chief Aneni. And I left for him, he had excellent relationship with the chief now. Who is that person who had political ambition? It's Pastor Iyamu. Because he formed the Grace Group to try to fight from inside because he wanted to be governor after Lucky Benedio. And if you ask Lucky, he will tell you, as far back as 2003, the day his second term election was announced, Pastor went to Lucky's father to plead in company of another ACL leader who is currently out of the country. But after Lucky, he will want to be the next person. So this is about gubernatorial, bishop, perpetual, a permanent candidature.
Your Excellency believes that's at the heart of the problem in the state.
So what has happened
is what's the solution now? Because we have to wrap up now. Okay. What's the solution to it now? Because it seems there's still some amount of rancor in the house.
Yeah, it's just that, back to the first question you asked me, how I could be stopped from going to Ekiti. Institutions of state are still weak. The House of Assembly they were served a court injunction from a federal high court, restraining them from suspending or declaring the seat vacant of some 4 House of Assembly members. In fact, 5 of them. When this motion was subsequently argued, and the House obeyed, when it was argued, the High Court ruled that Until the issue of declaring the seat vacant is determined, the House is restrained from declaring their seat vacant. However, on the issue of suspension, the power of the House to suspend their member, based on the rules of the House, the court could not freeze those powers and therefore vacated that aspect of the order. Having vacated that aspect of the order, the House, as a law-making institution and therefore a law-abiding institution, decided to suspend these 4 members. Having suspended them, they then decided that no, they will not accept, and they got the police to force them into the House. Kayode, every day we watch channels, we hear of House members being suspended. As we speak, I think in Plateau or somewhere, they just suspended a member of the House. At the federal level, members have been suspended. If you believe that your suspension is illegal, the only opening point for you is to go to court. Because you are a lawmaking body, you can't be the one taking law to your hand. Now, they continue to use police to force them into the House. The House of Assembly then decided to approach a high court to restrain this suspended member from coming to the House until the issues that led to their suspension are resolved. The court granted the order after listening to the argument, and they were represented in court. Now, having restrained them, they decide that they will disobey the court order. They addressed a press statement saying, we are not going to obey the court order. How could you live on making law and then you can arrogantly dismiss the court? And yet, the police seems to have quietly aided them to violate that court order. And they went on to file for contempt. They tried to serve the contempt paper on the deputy speaker, the suspended deputy speaker who forced himself into the House, thereby violated the court order. And he insulted, I saw it on Channels television, he insulted the bailiff, they call them, the bailiff who came to serve in the papers. I said, get out your useless court document, useless order you got. Now, when you got order from the High Court, preventing the Speaker from declaring your seat vacant as prescribed in the Constitution, I think Section 109. Now, you enjoy that judicial protection, even though we feel it was unmerited, but we abide by it. When you now have another order asking you to obey your House, you dismiss the court. You can't eat your cake and have it.
So is there a solution in sight?
The solution is that law and order must be obeyed.
Okay. On that note,
is where we stand.
On that note, Your Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, the comrade governor, as he's very well known, Oshiomhole, thank you very much for being our guest on Sunrise this morning. We wish we had more time. Someone did say to me that if you want to have 3 hours of Governor Oshiomhole, there will never be a dull moment.
No, thank you so much. You need time to follow up what is happening in Ekiti.
Yes, we do.
I know Nigerians are keen about what is going on there, and I'm keen as well.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It's a pleasure having you.
Madam, thank you, and I hope you don't run back to Benin after this event.
Or run out of
Sorry, run back to Lagos. Stay in Benin. This is the most hospitable state capital in Nigeria. I can tell you that. Let's not argue it.
Thank you, Excellency.